Flosstube Calico here with a mid-July update, mid-July 2016 update. And boy, do I have a lot to talk about. Look at this pile here. So where did I leave off? My last video, first I'd like to say welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for stopping by and subscribing, and hello to all of those that are still subscribed to me. Last video I made, I believe, was around Stitch Mania. I think it was either before it started or during it, something like that. I don't really remember, but I just know at that time that I had lost my stitchy bug completely. I think if you remember from my last video, and I was doing all this cleaning instead, and it was great. Well, I am happy to say that my stitchy bug is back in full force, and my cleaning bug is nowhere to be found. So, oh well, you know, can't have them both at the same time. So, yes, as a matter of fact, I should be cleaning my floor right now, which it desperately needs, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to take a little bit of a me day today. So I thought what better time to do a video because, let's see, what is it today? Today's July, is it the 18th today? July 18th, and my family and I are getting ready to take our travel trailer out on a trip, 9 days. We originally were going to go to the Oregon coast, but our plans have changed, unfortunately, for that. It's a little bit far to go in the 9 days that we have because my husband took some time off for his vacation because we just have a lot of home improvement projects to do, and so he took part of his vacation so that we can do some stuff around the house. So anyway, we decided to go somewhere a little bit closer, and we're now going to Yellowstone. So I've been there once when I was a child. Maybe I was about 11. I was about as old as my kids are now, so I'm really excited to take them there because I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I remember seeing Old Faithful, and I remember just really liking it there, but I think that I'll appreciate it, and hopefully my kids will enjoy it. So yeah, we're gonna go do that at the end of the month, beginning of August. So I better get this video in now, and I was just getting too many things to talk about. I was like, I gotta save that for my Flosstube video, and I gotta hold on to that, and I don't want to file that away because I have to show everybody. So I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off, which was my friend Christy. By the way, thank you all for reaching out to her and subscribing, and actually I think in my last video she didn't actually have her Flosstube channel yet. She had her RVing channel, but she quickly made a Flosstube channel, and I tried to hook a link into my last video, so I'll put that below just in case. And I also, that reminds me, I want to thank you so much all for subscribing to my son Riley, Stitchy Bug. He was thrilled to have all the subscribers and really excited, and he hasn't made a video recently, and he does have an update to show because he did some stitching after that, but I'll let him say that in his new video. He just has to do that stuff in his own time. You know, he just turned 12, so you know, 12-year-old boys, they have 100 things that they're doing. So when he's ready to make a video, he will, and he does have some stuff to show. But thank you all for reaching out and subscribing to his channel. I really appreciate it, and he was really excited, and he's not real good at responding to all the comments, but he did read them all, so thank you all so much for that. Okay, so I left off in my last video. I had lost my stitchy bug, and then when I got together with my friend Christy, I had started this little owl. This is, and I'm going to really try to, when I watch my videos, I realize that I don't give ever a lot of times the names and these patterns. So this is one of the, it's a kit by Artiste, and I think they're only available at Hobby Lobby. So it's called Mini Owl. And I finished this up, and it was just cute. I was still working through that, not really, still, Stitchy Bug wasn't quite coming back yet, but I kind of was working on it. And I'm not sure, I think I have everything, but yes, I think I grabbed everything that I finished. But anyway, did get this finish in, and it's really cute, and stitched up really quick, too. And I stitched it, it's a kit, and so this is what it came with. It looks like it's, I think it's an 18 count Fiddler Zeta, which is my favorite fabric. I absolutely love that. So I would probably stitch everything on that. Every time I go to stitch, you know, grab some new fabric and, you know, try to do something new, it's like, I'll just stitch it on my 18 count Fiddler's Ada by Charles Craft, and it's so soft. The 14 count is stiff, but for some reason the 18 count is really soft, and I really like it. So, okay, so there's that. Put that off to the side. I apologize for chewing gum. My mouth has been so dry, and so I'm going to try not to be obnoxious with my gum, which I tend to be at times. I'm kind of one of those annoying gum smackers. So I have it tucked over here and try not to smack it while I'm talking. Okay, anyway, so I believe it was Claire L that enabled me with this one when she stitched it, and I know that if any of you have seen my other video when I talked about beading this is the Mill Hill, one of the Mill Hill ornaments, Autumn Harvest, and this one's called Mallard, and I had finished it and showed how to do the felt on the back in my other video, so you probably have seen that if you care about such things. If not, maybe you haven't, and this is the first time you're seeing this. As a matter of fact, I never took a picture on for Instagram. So yeah, it just never does justice, like everybody says. These are just adorable, but the camera just doesn't quite catch it. So got that finish in, and oh, this I owe Instagram a picture of this too, but I have finished all the stitching on Gigi, and even did the Krennic. Well, it was a long time ago that I finished this. I forgot. Yeah, the gold Krennic. So she's all done. The stitching is all done on her. I just need to do the beading, and I was all ready and set to do that, and I just haven't been. I got diverted with some other projects and other things and other starts. So I'm looking forward to a time that I feel like sitting down and doing the beading on her. I changed her the back stitching around her skin. I am still not 100% happy with that. It called for a gray, and when I did it, it just didn't look good. Well, for one thing, you couldn't really see the detail in her hand with the gray. You know, it looked good everywhere else, but I wasn't really happy with it, and I posted on Facebook, I think it was, and Jessie Marie, I knew Jessie Marie had seen it. I went back and looked at her video, but she stitched hers, I believe, was it Jessie, was it on purple, kind of a purple colored fabric? So, you know, it's the gray color that she used, you know, it looked great on hers. I don't, maybe it was just this up against the brown that I didn't like, and I'm not sure, but somebody, I don't know who it was, on Facebook had mentioned like a light brown color that they used, and I wish I would have made note of what that color was. It was one of the like 930 something or other, but I went ahead and used that color, and I'm happy with it, so we'll just keep it at that. So once again, when I finish this and do the beading, I'll show some more of the details. So, you know, the beading goes around her necklace there and down, and yes, all in her little broomstick there. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm done with that, all the stitching on that. Very excited. I'm already trying to decide what my next one's going to be. I want to do some more from the same series, and I'm thinking Brittany over at her channel name is Britty Boo, and she did, hi Brittany, the name is escaping me. Oh gosh, I'll put it up here, up there, you know, the other one that goes in this series. Man, I cannot think of it. Electra, is that what it was? Electra, I think that was it. Anyway, I'm loving that one, so I'm thinking that might be the next one that I do. So, okay, next up, I finished the Snowflower Diaries series that many are working on. I finished the March one for that, which is just adorable. I love it. So cute. Did I show? I'm trying to think in my last video if I had finished February. My pile is falling over here. Well, I'll just show it again anyway. So far I have the January, which you've all have seen those, February, and then the March that I just showed. So, plans for these. I have decided to put these on the back burner until next year. I've decided that these They're adorable. I absolutely love them, but I've got the Birds of the Month going, and I just really have decided that just one monthly sal is good enough for me. So I've stopped these. I'm going to hold those, and those are going to be my 2017 monthly stitches. So I'm still collecting all the patterns from the website. And by the way, Snowflower Diaries, and they're free, and it's called the Joyful World Sal. Okay, so check them out. I'll try to remember to put a link below. All right. Next up, around the 4th of July, every 4th of July, I want to stitch a flag or something patriotic, and I never get around to it because by the time I think of it, then 4th of July's over, and I was completely enabled. If you have not checked out the Primitive Stitcher and her latest video, she shows all this Americana stuff that she has. Absolutely, oh my gosh, I just loved all that stuff. I need to start stitching more Americana because I think I really do love that style, but I just don't ever stitch anything with that. But I found this free pattern online when I was just kind of browsing, and I'll put a link below to, this isn't just cross stitch. If you look really close, there's some little satin stitches going across in the red, and then the white stitches are it's kind of like an elongated cross where you do a cross normal, and then the next leg goes longer. I can't remember if that's like a herringbone. I'm not really sure on that. And then it's got the little zigzag stitch around it, but I thought this was cute. I stitched this in a day. It took like no time at all, and it's completely escaping me whose website I got it from. But I'll either put that up here or in the link down below because it is free. It's a legitimate free pattern. If it's still available, I don't know if she takes that down, but yeah, cute. I'm going to just frame that. Okay. Next up, what did I work on? Cross Stitch and Discuss had a 12-hour, what was their challenge? It was something where you do the 12-hour, find something and you stitch on it for 12 straight hours. Well, just like the night before that, I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I went and pulled out a few whips, and that I think I had 3 or 4 whips, and I took pictures of them, and I texted my friend Christy, and I said, which one should I work on? And she picked this one. She thought this one was the most colorful out of the ones that I had. So this is one that I had started maybe 2 Januaries ago, and this is called Bird Post by Dimensions Gold Collection. And I had just done a tiny little bit right up here. And then I just didn't work on it ever again. It just kind of got lost. And so she chose that one. So now, keep in mind before I show you this, I did not stitch for 12 hours because I just couldn't make that happen. I think I stitched a total cumulative hours of 3, maybe 3 hours that day, in the hours between 8 and 8. But then that evening, after the boys went to bed, I did stitch a little bit longer on this, and I worked on it for actually quite a few days after that. So this is what my progress looks like so far. And this is a little needle minder I made. It just says I love coffee, if you can't see that. So problem with this that I had to fix, of course, right? When I picked it up, I had stitched this little corner right here, I think it was. So when I go and start my 12-hour stitch along, I decided I wanted to work on the bird. So I counted over to where I needed to start the bird's tail, and I stitched all 12 hours pretty much working in the bird area. No problem, right? Well, the next day or that evening, I don't even know if I found it till the next day, but I went to go kind of do something up here, and I'm like, uh-oh, something's off, what is it? So I realized the bird was one row over too far this way. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not any big deal, I'll just fix it. Well, then I start stitching again. I'm like, something else is off. Yeah, the bird is actually up a row too high, I think it is. So the bird is over a row and up a row too high. Anyway, so I didn't want to put it away without mistaking it because I thought, I just have to fix it. I have to make it right. So I went ahead and just started like right here, and I stitched all the way over to where it met up with the part I was at, and just kind of fudged it somewhere in between there. Down here, I've decided that everything, I would just stitch, since the bird was perfect already and everything, I just figured I'm just gonna, you know, continue from the bird on to the design and, you know, just kind of match this up. So what ended up happening in the long run is that from pretty much the bird on down, is that this row, it was just gonna be over a row. So I basically just didn't stitch the very last row there. But what that's gonna cause, because the bird was up too high, is I think I'm gonna end up, you know, having to take off a row. I think that's how it works. I don't know. What I'm doing is I'm ending up fixing it on the tops and the sides and the bottom by either lopping off and not stitching the very last row, or adding on an extra stitch of whatever color is supposed to be at the end. I think that's what I did there. Really confusing. It doesn't really matter. Point is, I had to deal with that. So it's fixed, and I did write a note to myself, because every time, yes, I think every time I come here, I have to add one extra stitch of the same color on just to make it even. So I don't know, but it's all going to be good. Oh, frustrating when I do things like that. So, okay, so that's where I was at with that. And so I got diverted with that a little bit. And then what caught my attention? Oh, this one's out of order. Actually, before I worked on that, I did, I was moving right along with my Birds of the Month Sal by Stony Creek. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen those, and you know what they are. I'm just going to do a quick recap, because I actually don't remember where I was when I last showed you. So we'll just show you the progress with that so far. So here was January. You saw that in my last videos. Then we've got February. I'm sure I must have had those done in my last video, because yes, that was, I think, in May. Oh yeah, I think I was in the middle of this one. Here's the nuthatch for March. And then I did finished the robin for April, which is my favorite. I love robins. And then we have the May Eastern Bluebird, which is adorable. And then we've got June, and that is the Baltimore Oriole, which I don't see in my area. We have Bullocks Orioles, which look a lot like that, but we don't get any Baltimore Orioles in Colorado. So after I finished those, and July I have pretty much just barely anything to show, so I don't think I even brought that one down. But what I did do, so if you've watched my videos in the past, you'll know that in January I like to participate in the Crazy 7 Sal that Cross Stitch and Discusses has twice a year. They have one right at the beginning of January and then in the middle of July. So in January of this year, my 7 Sals were the first 6 of the birds. I had started all the names and then did the Mirabilia. So those were my Crazy 7. So in July, my plan was going to be to each day start the second 6 of the birds. And then just another start. I didn't know what that was going to be. Well, I got impatient with that, and toward the end of June, I went ahead and stitched all the names for the next 6 birds. So we've got just August, September. Where's October? It's in there somewhere. October. Where am I going with this? Okay, anyway, you know what the months are. You know what they look like. So anyway, I got those all stitched, and I didn't wait for the Crazy 7 Sal for that, because I got impatient, and I thought, you know what? Oh, in July, the July bird too. So anyway, I went ahead and got on those. So then I wasn't going to participate in the Crazy 7 challenge, because not only did I start that, but then I got impatient, and I came across, is that what I worked on next? Hold on a second. Oh, here's July. Yeah, see, I barely got started, so I need to get busy on that because July's half over. So I need to do that. Okay, I'm losing my train of thought. Where was I at? So then I was looking on eBay because Ildi over at Cross Stitch Joyle, ever since she stitched this one design, I've been wanting it. and this is called Sweetheart's Gate by Dimensions. And just periodically I look on eBay for it. Well, I did come across it on eBay and I bought it, and just, I think like the day or the day after it came, I just opened it up. I was only going to sort the floss. That was as far as I was going to go on it, and but I ended up starting it. So this is an older kit. I think, you know, it was pointed out to me after I purchased this that you can get this in a kit where the floss is already sorted, and I don't know if the floss is a higher quality or not, but this is clearly a really old kit. And the Dimensions floss back in the old days, it is so thin. I was sorting the floss, and then when I went to go stitch with it, you know how you separate the 6 strands? Well, I went to go separate one, and I'm like, oh wow, you know, I actually thought I had separated one of the, you know, the 6 strands. You take a strand out, and I thought I had separated that too. It was so thin, but it wasn't. That was actually one of the 6 strands. I mean, it felt like really thin sewing thread. So these older Dimensions, yeah, I have to say the thread is really thin. It stitches okay. I haven't really had many tangles with it, and I decided to, it comes with the kit, and it comes with 14 count ivory Aida. I took out the 14 count and replaced it with an 18 count ivory Aida. So I am getting a little bit better coverage with the thinner floss, and it, you know, it hasn't been breaking or tangling on me or anything like that. So this is my progress on that so far. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop, sorry, but so far I've got the birdhouse going, and I've done I just started on this top edge and went over because I wanted to get down to the birdhouse there. So that's as far as I've gotten on that, but it stitches up cute. You know, it's a lot, it's mostly half stitches. I have to say it actually has, I had to look around to see if there were any, some of the flowers, the hat, the bird, some of the stuff closer here when I get to this, and some of the stitches here are cross stitching, but this thing is mostly half stitches, so I suspect I'll get it done really, really quick. And anyway, I really love that, and I'm really happy to be working on that. I feel like there was something else I had to say about it. I think maybe mention that my garden, I made this needle minder too. Isn't that cute? Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. I bought a couple of needle minders. I was gifted a needle minder from one of my subscribers, and you know who you are. Thank you for that. Darn, I meant to go get that. That one came from Beth over at RockinRavin. Sorry, RockinRavin. Hi, Beth. I think I mentioned in my last video that she was making some needle minders, and I purchased, I think, 2 from her, and then I was gifted another one, and I apologize for not having those with me to show you, but I'll stick those in my next video, or I'll put a picture in. So, okay, moving on. Oh, yes, I want to keep this at 30 minutes, so we're at 23 now. So let me just say now what I'm working on is currently, right now, this is actually day 3 of the Crazy 7 Sal on Cross Stitch and Discuss, the July version. And I was just waffling back and forth. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? And I have a busy week. We're doing a lot of home improvement projects and a lot of things, and you know, I wasn't gonna do it, but I've had some things in my stash that I just want to get started, because sometimes it's just easier to pull things out that are already started. So this one, when I was at my needlework store several months ago, I had purchased a Just Nan. She had this on display. Actually, she even had the little needle tin with this little tiny bird nest. Can you see that there? How cute that is? And there's a magnet in there, and so the little bird, I think she has wire legs, so she sticks actually to the magnet. So the whole setup was really cute, but I ended up just buying the pattern just for the bird. So it looks like that. And it's a little kit that comes with the beads and the little leg and the you know, the wire for the legs and the felt for the beak and stuff. Just so cute. And I have not had any of Just Nan's patterns yet, and they're all so adorable. So I went ahead and bought that one, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start that. I'm going to do that on day 1 of the Crazy 7 Sal. So I started it, and actually I ended up working on more of it last night. So this is what I have done so far. Isn't that cute? I just have 2 more colors to add, which I could have done, but I didn't have them actually in front of me, and the colors that I needed, I think they're being borrowed by another kit. So anyway, isn't that cute? I made that needle minder too. Those are just little trinkets I find at in the charm department at the fabric store, and my husband ordered me some of those really great rare earth magnets to use. So that's cute. So that was day one. I thought, okay, I'm just going to see how the week goes, see if I'm going to do all 7. Yesterday I was really busy. You probably saw pictures of me on Instagram painting. We did that all weekend long, but I did take a break, and I decided this is one that I've had in my stash for a couple years, and every Halloween I say I'm going to start that. This is by Bent Creek. Boy, it's getting kind of a glare. It's by Bent Creek, The Branch. I think that's a series because there's different, this one happens to be the Halloween version, and it's called Haunted Birdhouse. So, isn't that cute? My nails look horrible. They probably have paint on them. Sorry. Yeah, I broke quite a few nails. Home improvement projects are not good for the nails. So, anyway, let me hold that still for you to see what it says. When the owl and witches together are seen, there's mischief brewing on Halloween. Isn't that cute? And it comes with some buttons. So I said, I have to start that because I want that done by Halloween. And I only got a few stitches in. And I'm just using DMC. For that, it does call for, I think, Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Art sampler threads. But I'm just going to, and of course, I'm stitching it on 18 count Fiddler's Aida, of course. So that's it. Very tiny little start on that. Today is day 3. I have absolutely no clue what I'm going to start for today for the Crazy 7 or the rest of the week. I have a few ideas in mind. I think one of them is going to involve a Paula Vaughn, one of her year of quilts, possibly. Or I might keep it small and do some Halloween ornaments, maybe some Christmas ornaments. Because I figure if I'm going to do, I've been pretty successful in my Crazy 7 starts, finishing all. Last year I did it last July. I finished 6 out of my 7 starts there, and one I think is going to end up in the UFO pile. It's 5 Seasons of Quilts by Ursula Michael. I started that one, and I just am not having a good luck with that one. It's I don't know if I don't like my fabric or something like that, but I might do what a couple of you have done. I think Kate, Queen of Starts, are you Kate or Katie? I get you all confused, I'm sorry. The Queen of Starts, I know, was working on this, and I think she just, maybe it was her that just did 3 out of the 5 quilts, which I thought was a great idea. That makes that project a little more manageable for me. And I think maybe Crafty Kim might have done that too. I might be wrong, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Stash, very, very little. I took advantage of the sale, the DMC sale, and I did complete, I think it only took me 50, maybe I need 50, maybe I didn't even need that many, but I am happy to say I do have a complete collection of DMC floss now, which I absolutely love, because if it's midnight and I want to start a project, I have all the floss that I need, and I'm so excited about that. And I went ahead and bought this too. This is the book that has all of the colors in it, and believe it or not, I've already referred to it quite a few times. So I bought that with my coupon. And so I completed my DMC stash. And then I was graciously gifted by Brittany, that I mentioned earlier in my video. Hi, Brittany. She gifted me with these 2 patterns of these adorable little blue jay patterns. I think her mom or somebody had given them to her, and she gave me the 2 charts for those, which are just adorable. As a matter of fact, maybe I should start those for the Crazy Sal. Before I get cut off, though, I did want to mention that she also gifted me with this adorable little coloring book that has birds in it. Oh my gosh, I just love it. So I really appreciate that. Brittany, thank you so much. It's so cute. It's got just, I actually did color one right away when I got one. This little bird here. Isn't that cute? It looks like it hopped out of the page. I haven't quite gotten around to coloring that one yet, but oh, there's just all kinds of, this is by Odessa Bagay, I guess it's called, but just, you could just see some of the gorgeous patterns that are in there. Well, I think there was a run. Look at that. There was one in there that had like peacock feathers and stuff in it. Just gorgeous, which I do love to color. I got all kinds of coloring, colored pencils for Christmas, actually. You can't really see how cute this one is. Isn't that great? I can't wait. I love to color. Sometimes it's just, you know, coloring and cross-stitching kind of, they're kind of that same kind of zen feeling that you get, you know, just satisfying. Hi guys, sorry about the cutoff. It appears that my camera is out of storage, and so I'm going to have to just do a quick send off here and say that I hope everybody has a nice stitchy day. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and until next time, I'll see you. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, one more time. Every time I end, I'm like, oh, I forgot to say one more thing. I did want to say that just because it does take me a long time in between videos to do my updates, if you do want to follow just my progress, I wouldn't say daily progress, but you know, the things I'm working on, I do utilize Instagram for that. Now, I'm not real good about keeping up on Facebook with the Facebook groups and uploading stuff up there, but Instagram, I seem to be able to do that pretty frequently and keep up to date with that. So if you do want to just see what I'm up to, as like for example what I do with the rest of the Crazy 7 Sal this week, if I do continue that, I really need to go upstairs and find something to stitch for today and get it started. But Instagram is where I'm at. That's where you'll find me. That's where you can follow me in between these really long absences that I seem to have in between my videos. So I'll go ahead and put my tag name, Instagram name there, Calico Whimsy, and yeah, stop by and see what I do in between the videos. So, all right, this time I'm leaving for sure. Okay, bye guys.